Hey, hey, hey. Grand Rising. Welcome to Mushroom Coffee Time with Miss Annette. How's everybody? Time I get on with y'all, somebody sound like a cat or some kind of noise in the background. Okay, it's quiet again. So update, my baby boy is amazing. He is such a cutie. I'm so in love. Asan. He has been a joy to the family. For those of you who don't know, my grandson was born on the 12th, and I've been hanging out with the family, making sure they got situated. Oh, that's an ambulance just making all that noise. Making sure that that everybody's getting situated, watching Nova. Nova's been an amazing big sister. It's been really that sounds like that's close. Passing by. Sorry, it's been really an amazing experience. I love life. I love to see newborns, especially as an educator. We get to see them often, the new babies. So, but this one's personal. So, just wanted to give you all a quick update on that. Everything is going well. Mom is recovering. Dad is supporting. They are getting acclimated because babies, they require a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of attention, and that lifestyle you used to have, even with the belly, it's a little different. So fast forward about yesterday. Well, before I get into yesterday, I want to touch on something I think I posted just in regards to educators, standing together during this time. There have been a lot of budget cuts, talk of budget cuts, and it's been very intimidating for early educators because of the funding issue that's happening in not just our state, but our nation. There's been a lot of change since our new administration that's impacting the lives of so many in so many different ways. It's a lot. It's a lot, and we're all processing it in our own way. But when you're used to or you're accustomed to a certain standard of being, whether it's your business operations or income from the subsidy programs that you're a part of, and then to hear that they may be going away, or depending on where you are, or the fact that it's going to be a cut, substantial amount of money, then you have to regroup and reallocate everything, and it can be challenging. So we're resilient, we keep it moving. A lot of times, we go through a lot as educators. We go through a lot, period, in life, right? Life takes us through challenges and changes, but in the long run, because we are still here, it's all for growth. So that's the mindset I try to have when I'm approaching challenges, or challenges are coming my way. I'm trying to find ways to look at the positive outcome, because we could all talk about how it's going to impact us, or how we feel in the space. And the more we collectively do that, the more of that same energy we attract. So I try to do the opposite. That being said, everything is going up. We know that inflation is on the rise. It's crazy. The other day I was, you open your mail, and y'all know I'm here in Tampa, Florida, and it's the summer months. But I went to open my mail, and my light bill was $450. Let me say that again. $450. I got on the phone with Tico. I was like, what's going on? My bill high as I don't know what. And, oh yeah, it's been extra hot. These are the summer months in Florida. You can expect your bills to be. No, that's crazy. The water bill followed to something, and I have a client who recently enrolled with me, single dad from New York. And he texted me that same night and he said, maybe I'm not understanding the kilowatts here in Florida, because I just got a bill, and the man screenshot his bill, and his bill was $600. And he in an apartment, I'm in a home. So that's just a tidbit of, what that increase of everything, cost of living, that's happening around us, and you have these single fathers, single mothers, one parent homes trying to keep up with everything on their own. And, everything around us is going up, but guess what's not going up? That increase in pay is not elevating, right? So now you got to go outside of your normal 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do and try to make ends meet and pick up something else, whether it's Instacart, whether it's, whatever else they got going on, a second job or whatever, because childcare alone, if you don't have subsidy, is very expensive, right? We could talk about that. We hear that often. Oh, it's so high. Oh, it's so expensive. But what they don't think about is the cost of us servicing as educators. Whether you have a center, whether you have a family child care home, there's cost for us to operate. There are fees we have to pay, whether it's licensing, if we want to be better, as an educator and provide quality care above the regular licensing. There's accreditation. There's several fees for that. If we want to better ourselves professionally, to be able to articulate ourselves in the profession, we got conferences, professional development training. Those costs. If the AC breaks down in the home or the center, that's a cost. When it comes to, buying supplies and things like that for the children that we serve, you don't want to come into no broke down looking, establishment. So we have to keep that up. Curb, outside, everything, appearance, all at the playground. If one little thing is cracked on the playground, I had my inspection last week, and everything I've been checking, making sure everything is good, did not check well enough. And then when my license inspector said, come on, walk outside with me, I was like, I got to go out there with you because it was 100 degrees. And he was like, yeah, come on out here with me. I said, okay. Walk outside, and I'm so glad I did, because one of my little climbers had a little line. When I say little, the line was that going across the slide. He was like, oh, Miss Eberhardt, we have to take this out. Aren't you glad you came out here with me? And I'm like, oh my God. So my muscle behind and him, we lifting the slide up and taking it out. But that's a cost. So now I got to replace that. So I'm just saying it goes both ways. I know it's stressful. I know it's a lot when, you think about the cost of childcare, but then we have to think about these are our most precious gifts, the children that we bring into this world. And you want them in a good, loving environment where, they're going to be cared for. So it definitely is an investment. I can speak to that. I can't speak to what's happening in our nation in regards to the increase in everything around us, inflation. Y'all gotta hang in there. We gotta kind of think about it on a way that we can collectively stand together and moving through what's happening. And if you're struggling in certain areas, reach out. We are a big community when it comes to educators. It's unfortunate sometimes I hear a lot about the centers maybe feeling or the family child care home feeling this way. We don't do the same thing. We do the same thing. It's just on a different scale. You have a larger business, and yes, your licensing may be different from ours. But we take care of children, bottom line. And if we can learn from one another, and how we could do it better, or even in challenging situations that are impacting, whether it's licensing or, some of the things we just talked about, or some of the things I just talked about, then let's share that. Let's share some ideas where we can get through this, so that you don't feel like you're going through this by yourself as a business owner, because it is a lot, you know. Um, Yesterday was, wow, it was amazing. I had the opportunity to well, yeah, I had the opportunity to be interviewed by Channel 9 on childcare costs, Bay News 9 here in Tampa, Florida. And they spoke to myself, and had my team with me, my two mini me's, and they reached out to the Florida Family Child Care Home Association, and our executive director reached out to me in regards to this interview, and they wanted to talk to myself, a family child care educator, and one of my families. So I tapped into my family, the Nortons, Kenneth and Kim. Shout out to Kenneth and Kim. They always come through for me. They brought their children, where I serviced Ducey, and I interviewed, and we kind of talked about some of the same things I'm sharing now. So we'll be on, I'll let you know, I'll come on and let you all know when. They're going to let me know when it's going to air. I'll share the link and everything so you all can watch it. But it was very, it was refreshing, because Erin, the news reporter, has two children of her own, young children, so she can relate to this right here, the conversation in regards to the expense of childcare, and then also as a mother wanting her children to be in a safe, loving environment where they're going to be nurtured and they're going to learn, and it doesn't have to be rigid, but children learn through play. She was expressing how her daughter's learning how to write her name. She's 3, and then she has an 8-month-old, and she pays over $500 a week in childcare. So the subsidy, I was sharing that, through the Early Learning Coalition, the subsidy program that they offer for parents who qualify is amazing, because it kind of helps with that cost. Because, if I charge $300 for an infant, if that's 5 days a week, 5 days out of the week, sometimes I service my family 6 days out of the week. If you divide that by 8 hours in a day, if it's 8 hours, and most of my parents are 8 to 10 hours, God forbid they need to do an extra couple of hours, missing that, please, then I'm making what, $7 an hour if you want to do it on an hourly basis. So sometimes people look and say, oh, childcare, y'all making money. If we don't break it down, we break that thing down hourly, and what happens within the hour, mind you, that's for one child, that's for one client. And then if it's an infant, that's one thing. But if you're servicing a child a little younger, a little older, if you have a school age child, or maybe a toddler or preschooler, the tuition is not going to be that $300. So in that case, you're making less, right? And one thing I want to let you all know too, we're not babysitters. You're not sitting on no babies over here with no daycare. We are child care. We are caring for children. We're educators. We're getting them ready for school. And it's a lot to that. Understanding how a child functions, tapping into their needs, and be able to provide them and meet them where they are so that they're able to excel. So when people call me on my line, my business line, looking for childcare, and they talk about babysitting and stuff, we want to hang up the phone, because it's such an insult. And I know it's not intentional, but because of the work that we do, we want to be acknowledged. Just like you go to school to be a doctor or a psychologist or whatever it is that your superpower is in. Acknowledge my superpower now. That's real. But yeah, just hang in there, y'all. I mean, I know it's rough. To my educators, I'm talking now. My parents too. Hang in there. We know that it's a lot, but I need you to understand. We got to create some type of balance because it's a lot on us as well. That's all I'm saying. And it's not a we thing or a you thing. It's a national thing. It's happening everywhere. Something is happening everywhere in regards to the economy shift that's taking place. But this is the time when you have to tap into yourself, your being, and get that extra. Find a way to find a coping mechanism that's not going to be detrimental to your mental or your physical to get through. I didn't go to the gym today because I'm here with you all. I'm on my patio, gonna do some journaling and get ready because the doors will be opening soon for my first client. Y'all hear the birds? Well, I am heading out. Stay tuned. I just wanted to drop that on you all this morning, and I want you all to know something. I do this, come on with the little shorts, whether I'm sharing a little information like this, a little motivational stuff, whether it's a podcast, whether it's me working out, sharing, the different things that I do to get me through. It's to motivate you maybe to find something that you would like to do outside of what you're doing if you're not receiving any results from your current daily practices, right? Or if you don't have any daily practices to help you get through, then besides scrolling on the phone, maybe you would be motivated to do something different, right? Because if you continue to do the same thing, the same practices, you're going to get the same results. Sometimes we got to, the brain, the mind likes, the subconscious loves the same thing over and over, right? Complacent. We have to change it. We have to shift it, make it uncomfortable. Do something that you normally don't do in order to create a shift. And then change happens, right? And if that shift is in a positive way, whether maybe you took a walk that you normally wouldn't do, take a break instead of, staying at your desk doing your lunch, you get up, make sure you save a few minutes to take a walk, or you do some reading on something, a topic or something that maybe you have some interest in. I'm just saying. It's all about elevating. Nothing is constant but change. Y'all be good. Peace. Have a wonderful day.